Hello, I'm Tracy Grimshaw. Welcome to A Current Affair, and thanks to Layla for filling in while I took a break. First, a man who has waged an ongoing campaign attacking Australian TV personalities. Tonight, his year-long vendetta as we track him down for a Please Explain. Here's Ben McCormack's exclusive report.
John, why do you send such awful and hurtful tweets?
I'm a nasty little bugger. Well, they're very disturbing and they're totally unnecessary.
Would you say these sorts of things to their face?
Most of the messages are offensive. Most certainly aren't very nice.
Where does this hate come from, John?
I don't hate anybody, mate. It's a form of cowardice. It's a form of chicken-like behaviour. You're not held accountable. You get away with it, so you do it again.
They're angry and they're mean.
You are the most repugnant old hag trying to be. You are so ugly it's scary.
Horrible, nasty messages sent to some of Australia's biggest stars.
You are the ugly. No character, you are a mindless jerk. Repulsively repugnant. Nothing but extremely ugly.
And the person behind all the hate? This man. Small businessman John Carver. John, why do you send such awful and hurtful tweets?
I'm a nasty little bugger.
Nasty little bugger. I mean, do you know any of these people that you tweet about?
No, basically not.
So why do you say these sorts of things on Twitter?
As I just said, I'm a nasty little bugger.
John Carver's been sending his hateful messages for at least a year, targeting many different Australian TV personalities. On his hit list, Sonia Kruger, Lisa Wilkinson, Danny Minogue, Delta Goodrem, Carl Stefanovic, Richard Wilkins, Hamish and Andy, even Tracy Grimshaw. Hardly a day goes by when John doesn't send at least one of these people an offensive message. To Mornings and Big Brother host Sonia Kruger.
You are so bloody ugly it's scary. Wow, you are really ugly.
To superstar voice coach Delta Goodrem.
Get your brain fixed, then your face, if it can be fixed.
To Today host Lisa Wilkinson.
You are such a jerk. Ugly as all get out. Repulsive and absolutely repugnant. Stay off TV, you has-been.
Would you say these sorts of things to their faces?
To their face, yeah, I think so.
You would?
Yeah, because I'm a nasty little bugger. I told you that.
Where does this hate come from, John?
I don't hate anybody, mate. Don't hate anybody in the world.
But what about these things you say on Twitter? It sounds like you do.
No, that's all bloody cotton, mate.
It's pretty gutless, though, isn't it, John, to be saying these things online, anonymously?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? No. A lot of people wouldn't agree with you.
Well, I don't care.
You don't care?
No.
Like all bullying, like all harassment, like all negative criticisms and harm and abusive language, you know, it has the capacity to hurt other people psychologically.
Professor Ian Hickey is a psychiatrist from the University of Sydney and says people like John Carver are nobodies desperate to be somebodies.
It does appear like you're having an effect. So instead of being ignored on the street, instead of having no friends, instead of being totally disconnected, you become somebody who's having an impact on the world.
Are you a happy person, John?
Very, very happy.
If you're a happy person, why would you say such awful, nasty things?
I don't say that many awful, nasty things.
Yes, you do. You said to Delta Goodrem, get your brain fixed, then your face, if it can be fixed. I mean, what did you mean by that?
I don't know. Basically just what I said, I think.
What about Lisa Wilkinson? You're such a jerk, ugly as all get out, repulsive.
You're going back a fair while,
mate. Why would you say things like that?
I'm going in to do some work, but you're going back too far.
Do you realise that these tweets...
Read some of the latest ones.
We did. Just hours before meeting John, he'd sent this to Carl Stefanovic.
You are the biggest poser and dead-set jerk I have ever seen. A nothing person.
Even more hate to Sonia Kruger.
My God, you are so ugly, it's scary. Are you from another planet?
And previously, Tracy Grimshaw.
You are the ugliest. No character, no personality, no expression. Zombie on TV.
But there are others that John Carver seems infatuated with, like Channel 10's Carrie Bickmore and Sandra Sully.
Hi, Sandra. You have looked amazing all week. I don't know how you do it. Take care.
Reading through the messages, he seems like a pretty nasty old man and a bit delusional by describing himself as young.
That's right, this bitter old man bizarrely describes himself online as a young businessman. Entertainment reporter Peter Ford says he's gutless.
There's no doubt the anonymity of all of this gives people great confidence, and people who do write nasty stuff get a great kick out of it, particularly if they know the celebrity has actually laid eyes on it. I think sometimes they send stuff not really thinking the celebrity will actually get to see it.
John runs a small painting business. When we catch up with him, he's on the job at this suburban house. Now, if you read through some of his tweets, it appears that he has an issue with women. In fact, he boasts on his Twitter profile that his business employs 9 men and no women.
What about to women? Why do you target women?
I wasn't targeting anyone.
And for your website, it says that your painting business hires men, no women. Have you got a problem with women?
No, we've hired women in the past. I don't know why that's in there.
This isn't the first time we've caught up with John. Earlier this year, he was at it again, bombarding celebrities with offensive messages. Tom Steinfort asked him why.
You sort of do it from the anonymity of the internet. Would you like to say it to their faces, or do you like to take cheap shots from the grandstand?
I don't care, mate. Don't care.
You see in a lot of these situations where people often feel not very powerful in their own world, they're not very in control of their own world, they blame others. Whether they blame women, whether they blame migrants, whether they blame the government. And it's a way that people can appear to be powerful or make themselves seem more important.
Do you realise that these tweets hurt people and are pretty offensive?
No. That's his life, and that's how he's getting his kicks. And it doesn't seem that he's dangerous as such. He's certainly offensive, but gee, you wouldn't want to be spending a night with him.
Isn't it time for the hate to stop, John?
You're wasting your time, mate.
And since we started our investigation, John Carver has now taken down his controversial Twitter page.